Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Buddhang dhammang sanghang namasami. So I like to dedicate this talk and share the punya, the goodness, the value with Mike. Mike Adair, who I hope is listening. I hope the sound quality is okay, Mike. Mike was always nagging me about sound quality. He was my sound technician, sound engineer. And he'd set up these retreats and he'd go fussing around with microphones. And could you speak up, Ajahn? Could you turn your? Could you drop the mic? So he's listening. How's it doing, Mike? So he introduced me to teaching retreats in Thailand, and for several years, and he's done a huge amount of work taking these talks and editing them and improving the sound, and then posting them so many people can hear them. So this is very beautiful, and he would have been here, but unfortunately, ill health, as it does to all of us, sooner or later makes it too difficult to sustain this particular form. But of course, practice goes on, life goes on, practice goes on. If you establish practice in the right way, then, you can practice within illness, within busyness, within the situations of life. So we must always bear this in mind. We're alive, we're in life. We've got some walls around us now. Yeah, people looking after us now. Yeah, nobody's going to bother me now. Yeah, special. This is intensive care unit to get the strength so that you can really ask the chitta, train the chitta and ask it, and groom it to come forth and bring forth the strength and the clarity and the patience and the goodwill to make this life, turn this life around from just being a victim of circumstance to being someone who rises above them. This is possible. This is very kind of colloquial, shall I? This is down to earth benefit of good Dhamma practice. So let's not get too fussy and detailed about techniques and terminology. Really, I use words, you use your own words, but we are really encouraging the chitta, the heart, to bring forth and to know itself and to bring forth good qualities. And this is a very rich area, which the average unawakened being doesn't use it, because of consciousness, we tend to go out to sight, sound, taste, fragrance, touch, and thought. Well, that's what we belong to. They're going to let you down. You don't get that much out of them. They give you a few interesting moments, but you don't get that much out of them. That's consciousness. Uh, uh, but that's not all we have. We have citta, heart. This is where courage comes from. It doesn't come from sight. This is where kindness comes from. It doesn't come from touch. It can inform touch, but where does it come from? Where does patience come from? Where does generosity come from? Where does wisdom come from? Real wisdom. Where does truthfulness come from? Where does resolution come from? Yeah. Where does virtue come from? These are the treasures. These are the treasures. Mm. These are the treasures. You know, they were so seduced by worldly circumstances. And they have these convenience. What's most convenient? What's most comfortable? What's instant? And people go for that. Dhamma is not convenient. It's not comfortable, and it's not instant. Because if it is, it's worthless. It's cheap. Dhamma takes practice, takes work. You have to earn your comfort. It's not given to you. You have to earn your comfort by cultivating skills and strengths. It's not instant. You have to sustain it. But that's what makes it strong. This is punya, pun. It's not, put 100 baht in a plate, that's it. No, that's lightweight. The real punya comes from digging into the heart and bringing forth the gold, the real gold, the living stuff. That's what we're encouraged to do, and we can do. We turn our attitudes, go into our resource field, and bring it forth. Yeah. No, and first, the first thing is faith. Faith or sattha. Use the English word faith. It also means courage. It means you're willing to, okay, possible. Yeah. Faith becomes courageous. I'm really going to work with this. Go against my habits. Yeah. And it's balanced with wisdom. Carefully now, gently now, steadily now, not crazy courage, not berserk courage, but courage which is the courage of a skilled art person. This much I can extend in this way. And my mindfulness will tell me, you can sustain this, you can't sustain that. But you don't know your limits until you extend. Energy is about extending and sustaining. And mindfulness is, okay. Then your panya, your discernment comes in. This is about right. Because the mind is gradually collecting and steadying samadhi. These are called the five indriya: saddha, faith, courage, confidence, virya, energy, vitality, encouragement, sati, mindfulness, bearing something in mind and staying with it, and drinking in the results, feeding on it. It's samadhi. Everything is collecting together. Like you're gathering, creating a boundary, creating a vehicle, creating a vessel, filling it up. Samadhi. Oh, yes. Feel whole, feel steady, feel firm, feel my comfort is beginning to gather. Pleasure is beginning to gather, not from senses, but from the citta. Panya, you know the difference. This is the real stuff. This is the stuff you don't buy in a convenience store. You know this. But remember, yeah, yeah. Mm. So whole of us, bringing in these, very simply, the whole of us. What can be brought to bear is we have the thinking mind, we have the heart with its energies, we have the body with its stability, its vitality. That's what we have. That's what you bought. The equipment. That's all you have. But that's enough. And so what goes with the energies of these Vajji Sankara? The ability to articulate, conceive, think, reflect, consider, investigate, bring something to mind, turn it over, reflect upon it. Vitaka, bring it to mind. Vichara, turn it over. What's this? We've got that capacity. Chitta Sankara. Chitta Sankara is primarily it's about intention, giving direction. That's what it brings out. But it also takes in perceptions, impressions, feeling. That feels like this. So, this impression, this perception is skillful, gives rise to faith. When I turn my intentions towards Dhamma practice, something lights up. And you give your attention to form attention. So focus on this. Don't focus on that, focus on this. Linger on it, steady your attention so it's just not flickering. So this is how we establish sati, mindfulness. Average person's attention is doing this. Scattering. This is screen culture. It's social networks culture, TikTok culture, and Instagram culture. Click, ding, flash, bang, flash. Next one. You know what that does to your attention? Your attention is like a jumping grasshopper. And it's kind of obviously I never do this stuff, but I heard about it. Somebody showed it to me once. And what's this? This is madness. It's just instant hit, convenient, instant, comfortable, instant, convenient. Push the button, there it is. Instant, convenient, comfortable, instant, convenient, comfortable, stupid. Not just stupid, but actually we don't really recognize it's dangerous, damaging, because your attention never learns to linger steady. It just learns to jump. You're training it, You may not realize you're training it, but that's what you're doing. If you do that, and as it says, the Buddha says, whatever you give attention to, that becomes the food for your heart. Feeding on what? Rubbish. And you're jumpy food, jumpy. Like a chicken. Buck, 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 buck. And instead we say, no, choose where your attention goes. Decide where your attention goes. Bring your heart into it. Decide where attention's not going to go. Towards where just useless, damaging, confusing, distracting phenomena arise. Don't go there. Bring your attention where you're going to get steadiness, and bring your attention to Buddha in your mind, in your heart. Linger. Those you admire, linger. Qualities that are dear to you, linger. Take it in. The goodness you have done, linger. Take it in. Your own good deeds, you probably maybe even don't recognize them. Your truthfulness, your courage, your patience, your giving, your kindness. Take it in. Mm. So one of his discourses to one of his lay disciples, Mahanama, he said, if you do this regularly, recollect Triple Gem, Buddha, teachings, and those who fulfill the teachings, and you recollect your own virtues, and you linger on it, steady it, even in the midst of your family with the children running around screaming and doing things, you'll feel balanced, comfortable, and steady. You'll feel steady in a crazy world. Because you've got your aramana, your place. Your chitta has established its place. If we don't do that, the chitta has no place. It just gets thrown out into the world. This is attention, intention, contact, where things get triggered, when things touch. We're looking for what do you go to get in touch with. And so we're cultivating this special situation. Get in touch with the rhythm of your body, the easing of the out-breath, the brightening of the in-breath, the fluidity of walking, the stability of standing, whole body, straightening, steadying, relaxing. Get in touch with that. Give attention to that. He said, if you don't do this, the deathless is lost. Those who cultivate sati, mindfulness established in this body, realize the deathless. They touch the deathless in their body. If you establish sati in the body, it's like you create a heavy oak door. Mara can't bash his way in. Deceit and delusion can't get in. Create a heavy door and it keeps it out. Easy. This is the way it's expressed. Because if we don't, what does the heart get touched by? Memories, thoughts, worries, hopes, plans, perceptions, sights and sounds. So what? Just, and all the energy leaks out into consciousness, leaks out into here and there. And we bring it back. There's no here and there. It's just this. There's no leaking out. You train your attention. And as I suggested before, attention, the Buddha gives no reference to a particular single item. He does talk about walking. Walking, you need your whole body, feet, legs, back, everything, to get the proper flow. Otherwise, you're stumbling. or marching, stiff. You walk properly, there's a flow to it. And then that rhythm, your chitta can go, it very easily goes into that. Because the chitta easily attends to rhythm, right? Dancing, singing, music, very easy. Rocking a baby, very easy. Oh, yes. Chitta easily is comforted by rhythm, and it goes into it. Now you focus on a sensation, you don't get that. You get firm, maybe, but you don't get pleasant in that same way. You don't get absorbing. So, when we think of, most of us think of concentration or samadhi, and we use the word concentration because it's probably the best we can do. It's most common. Most of us associate concentration with something the eyes do or the brain does when it tries to get to a point. Yeah. But you know what that feels like? Hmm? And you've got to go up into your head to do it. Because that's the only bit that can do that. That's the only organ that does it. If you go to your ears and you concentrate with your ears, what does that do? That's concentrating, right? And that's concentrating too. You're standing on one leg, lift the other leg up, move it around. That's concentrating. Right? You walk along a tightrope, that's concentrating, but it's everywhere in balance. That's concentrated. You're not daydreaming, but then you're open. So really, and then when you're open, everything is very receptive, isn't it? You hear it's receptive. When you're feeling your body, it's receptive, it's taking in. Well, this is what jhana means. Taking it in, taking it in. So often people struggle with samadhi, and jhana seems way off. You try to get it. You're trying to get it, trying to get it, trying to get it. Your intention is trying to get it. That's courageous, but it's also a bit stupid. It's not enjoyable. And if you don't enjoy it, let's be realistic. If meditation is just hard work, how long are you going to do it for? Well, maybe half an hour. Well, not today. I'm too busy. Oh, maybe 20 minutes is good enough. Well, 19, let's go. Well, 18 is nearly 19. Well, 15 is nearly 20. And, well, 12 is not bad. Well, actually, 10, why bother? Tomorrow. If you enjoy it, so 30, 30, I could do another 5. Well, 35, yeah, well, hang on, just getting into it. No, 40. Oh, where did the hour go? Because you're enjoying it, you're going to do more of it. Right? Of course. It's very simple, very simple creatures. We like pleasure. And the Buddha says, I teach pleasure. I teach pleasure. But I teach noble pleasure, pleasure that comes from legit, skillfully using attention and skillfully using volition and placing it on a skillful, suitable object that it can feed off. When you learn this principle, you can adapt this whole principle. If I'm doing my work, I create a boundary. This is what I'm doing. I'm doing this. I'm not doing it dishonestly. I'm not doing it frantically. I'm not doing it finding fault with other people, being lazy or stupid. I'm doing it, bringing forth my energy. And then whatever the results are, I know I brought forth my energy. I've been steady and patient. I drink in the results. I feel that was good. If I'm even cleaning my dwelling, look around, I do what I can according to my limitations. I can't move the bed, it's too heavy for me, so I'll just sweep under it. I've done my work, I'm feeling, I put forth energy. I sustain sati. I work with my limitations. I take in the results. My citta was not negligent. I take in results. Like this you practice. You've got an abstract idea. I've got to be perfect. I've got to meditate really good. I've got to get this, that, and the other. This is an idea. And, it's always going to be imbalanced because we're not an idea. We are living beings. And it says, with my legs as they are, there's a certain point in which, no, that's not suitable. I can damage my knees. Okay. I'm wise about my limitations. I move my body. My citta is not negligent, not heedless, not reckless, extends itself, and I mindfully move my body, change my posture, take a breath. Don't drop the topic. You just plenty of room in the body. Go from sitting, let's stand. Standing, feel a bit shaky, let's walk. Still within the body. So you don't have to drop the theme just because physically you can't manage a lot of sitting or walking or whatever. You stay with the theme and you keep that theme, that big theme, right? And you try to maintain your movements in a steady, comfortable, fluid way. And then now is the time to rise up, walk, prepare myself for the meal, sit down, contemplate what happens when you see food and you're hungry. Just rest, don't just take a break from that. This is for my welfare, offered. Thank you very much for the offering, for my welfare. Body needs this. I will know how to eat enough without some idea I've got to be super strict or without getting lost in appetite. There's wisdom there and mindfulness. Like this, you stay collected. Like this, you learn. And when you begin to learn something, when you really learn it, one of the signs is you're eager to learn a little bit more. Oh, that was interesting. That's good. I learned something. A little bit more. Yeah. Yeah, I can do that. A little bit more. Because that's what learning's about. It's not about getting somebody saying that's an A or a B or 10 out of 10. It's learning's not about somebody else judging you. Learning's about the eagerness to develop. Yeah. So I remember when I first stumbled into a meditation class in Thailand, Thank you very much. Ah, okay. What's this then? Breath? What's that? It says just go follow one breath. I couldn't get one. What? This is ridiculous. It's so simple. Couldn't get one. Well, I didn't realize I was such a wreck, Better do more. Try again, because at least I can witness it. I can sense something wrong here. Something's out of balance here. Something's not right. And I can also know, I can notice that. So I can notice my mind going crazy, but I can notice it. What's that? What's that wisdom? What's that discernment? What's that? Yeah. And this is a faculty that humans have that make them wise, called viveka. It means something can step back and gain perspective. And, it's a Pali word, sounds like some technical thing. It's built in. We all have it. We all go, wait a minute, no. This is where wisdom arises. Yeah. When you don't just follow impulse and instinct, you step back. Viveka, do that. I think I need to do something about this. So I went to the monastery and he said, oh yeah, come in. Here's your kuti. Here's your practice. I got 10 minutes, being able to sit still for 10 minutes. I don't think I'd ever sat still for 10 minutes, 10 whole minutes without reading something, playing with something, talking to something. I sat still for 10 minutes. And I got 3 breaths. Wow, nearly enlightened already. And then I could sit and then walk for 10 minutes and sit for 10 minutes, a whole hour. Oh, wow, this is kind of interesting. You realize you can develop. If you look at not develop, well, you need to be able to get into 4th jhana and so forth, and you've got to be this state before an Arya Pugala, and then you've got to be a stream enterer. Oh no, do I have to be a stream enterer? No. Drop that. Say I can go from 10 minutes to 12 minutes. And then something gets excited about that. Yeah. Yeah. So somebody asked me when I was in New Zealand, this monk said, we can go on a tudong. Okay. We could do a canoe tudong. In a canoe, 12 days in a canoe, down a river. Oh, okay. Canoe. I'd better get some shoulders because I got to do this canoeing. So I thought, I'll do push-ups. I'll do some push-ups. Okay, I did 5 push-ups. 5. Next day, 6. Now I do 60. Then take a minute break and do another 50. I didn't say I'm going to do 100. I said I'd do one more. Just if it's possible, I do another more. One more. It went up. Just keep going. You can learn. I don't have a number that I aim for. I just keep going. And what's happening in your body, your heart, gradually the body. You get the chitta to train the body. You can. A little bit at a time. You can. Don't create limits for yourself by numbers or by comparisons or by what it says in books you can or can't do or should be or shouldn't be. Know your chitta has immense potential and it can really train you to be bigger than you think you are, kinder than you think you could be, more patient you'd ever imagine. And it may go slowly. That's wisdom. Go slowly, steadily. Stay with your body. Don't stay with your body, and it will gradually cooperate in accordance with its capacities. So this is how, these three work together. They have to work together. We're just all up in our thinking mind, looking at stages and states and this and that and the other. It's not these aren't true. It's just, they come later. You get to figure it out later. What you need to do now is just get the mind to say, what's happening? How do you feel? And remember, listening into the heart and encouraging it. Can you bring forth? Can you come forth? I know it's uncomfortable. Can you bring forth a little bit of patience? Just a little bit. I can. I can. Yeah. Encourage it. Yeah. That's what you use this for. And use this saying courage, faith, and then steadying, bring forth energy. Sati, stay just a little bit longer, stay, return, take in. Then whatever punya, whatever good you've done, begins to come to you. If you don't stay, it doesn't know where to go. You've got to stick around. And then, about 10 minutes later, here it's coming. Feel glad. Feel glad. Feel glad. And that's the sign. When the punya, when the good comes, when you're working with it, holding it, and then the good comes, you feel refreshed, feel glad. I've got past impatience, restlessness, doubt. The hindrances I didn't even realize were there and dissolved. Oh, I didn't know that. Of course you didn't know it. Because we get deceived by immediate appearances. This is very ordinary, like you live in communities, monastic communities. And it's a very interesting social mix. Because monks don't become monks to meet other monks. Well, they might want to meet nice ones who they agree with, to just meet any old monk who happens to roll up from any old country with any old manners. I think, what's he doing here? What's he doing here? He can't sit straight. He's always noisy. He eats too much. He sleeps too much. He's so proud. He doesn't cooperate like I do. But they get to live with so many irritating people. Monasteries make you suffer. Because you're always meeting your limits of tolerance. And you think, what are these people here for? Noisy, turning up late, don't cooperate, all kinds of obsessive thoughts. What are they doing here? Uh-oh. Ill will. Get it? That's what they're doing here. They're doing here so you can see what ill will feels like. And how justified it can be, because he is. They should throw him out. Yeah, and then you see what ill will feels like, how real it feels. Okay, he's what he is. Do I have to experience ill will? Do I need to do that? I'm patient. Well, he's kind of curious, isn't it? Isn't it funny what he does? I kind of love him, really. Now you got patient, and I get a sense of compassion and love. Where did that come from? These irritating people are teaching me about compassion and love and letting go and patience and not holding on to my own views and opinions. Thank you. This is what we call Sangha. And the Sangha is defined by Samagi, harmony. And harmony, you have to work at it. You have to work on it. You have to, and then it's not easy harmony. Yeah, everybody's keeping precepts, but there's still plenty of manners and personalities involved. It's harmony. And then the harmony, real thing, is not conformity. Conformity is you do this, everybody does the same thing. That's conformity. Everybody does the same. Don't step out of line. Same thing. That's conformity, outward. Harmony is he's like this, she's like that. He's like this, she's like that. Okay, let's see how we can operate. Yeah, that's harmony. And then you have to work on it. So go give a little bit, release a little bit, come forth a little bit. I do my bit, you do your bit. And then, oh, this is sweet. This is sweet. And the chitta goes, I'm comfortable. I'm no longer irritable. And if I can just let go of the irritation, harmony arises. It comes in. If you let go of ill will, if you get past ill will, harmony arises. So it's very immediate, isn't it? But we don't even realize ill will because it's his fault. When you one finger points forward, there are 3 fingers pointing back. Right? You know that? What are you doing? They say, Kanti, like patience. That's what I'm doing. Stay there long enough and something goes, okay. And you see things differently. Like that you practice. When you're being patient with your own mind, what you think is your mind. You think it's your mind. So it should behave properly. It should do what I want it to do. It shouldn't go running around doing this and that and the other. It shouldn't be unhappy and miserable. It shouldn't be complaining and struggling. It should just obey me, my mind. It's not your mind. It's the mind. And it's saturated with all these discordant energies and confusions and defilements. So you have to make it yours, you have to embrace it. You have to embrace it. Come here, come here, come here. Take it for a walk. Grumbly mind, let's go for a walk together. And then she goes, oh, thank you. Embrace it like that. Citta, all of it asks for the citta to come forth, bring forth its qualities. And it does so. The thinking mind begins to, it does become obedient because it knows where the parent is. Oh, and the parent is loving, and the little one settles down, and then we can use it. Mm. Now, because the thinking mind is so over-energized, over-activated, we often say, just step back, viveka, step back and just vitaka into this very simple body. I've been saying, the body that appears in consciousness is going to be the visual body. Where's that going? Tactile body, yeah, cold, physical pain. Where's that going? Nowhere useful. Right? But the body that appears in citta, arises in the citta, is a sense of steadiness here, sense of groundedness, sense of space, sensitivity. It knows the external. That's the edge of it. Something out there that's plenty of space, no pressure. It knows internal stability, from the running down the body, like a balancing organ, which you can't quite sense. You know it's there because everything feels balanced. And then this living, breathing form, moving between the center, which is stable, and the periphery, which is meeting space. Everybody's like that. Whatever it looks like, everybody's like that. We don't know it because we generally adopt the visual body. Or we adopt the tactile body, warm snuggle, warm cuddle, Or we adopt the eating body, Those. These aren't going to do you much good. But when the body, as it said, kaya kaye, the body in the body with reference to the body not as what it looks like, but the body as it knows itself as a living, feeling, cooperative, balancing system. Ah, I can know that. And this is the best body. This is the best one. Because this is something the citta will, once it gets it, a little bit, think, that's interesting. And it learns, that's where I feel stable. That's where I feel the space around me, no pressure. That's where I feel no particular effort is needed because the body is breathing in, breathing out. I don't have to do it. It's pleasant. Something to learn here. And you get, let's do some more of it. And that's the learning. You get interested to do more. And you get gladdened because if you stay with it for a little while, it's affecting your nervous system. Your nerve system settles and brightens. And you become more tuned in, more alive, bright, internally. Vitality increases, comfort increases. Citta likes that. And piti is a sense of uplifted, buoyant. And sukha ease, comfort. And this is hindrances can then drop away. So this is kind of what, in my own terms, using my own language and images, this is what we can do when we do this meditation stuff. And once you've touched into that, you begin to, your chitta has learned something about restraint and patience and lingering and a careful awareness of where you place your attention. And the ability to bear with something and reap the fruits of bearing with, the gladness, the ease, the confidence that comes through moving through these difficult areas, irritability, despair, oh, I can't do that, oh, no, I can't, oh no, why is everybody, I know everybody's not fair, I'm not having a good time, I got this and that, okay, patience, oh, no. Just patience, loving kindness. Ah, yeah. Passing through. Yeah. And yeah, these are the kind of things that come up. So let's take some time for direct practice. I suggest done some standing. Can I just model some walking for you? You may think, what do you need to show me how to walk for? Everybody can walk. Maybe you can, but I'm here to teach you what's obvious that sometimes we overlook. Okay, so I'll show you various kinds of walking. First of all, this is street walking. No, let's forget that one. This is what we call head walking. I've got to get to the car. But which way is it? Let me think. No, forget that. This is body walking. Oh, always in balance, always light, always fluid. Walk fast. Light, fluid. Always balance, so easy. Never lose it. Never lose balance. Because it's always down through there. Establish that first. If we don't lose, if you're carrying a basket on your head, you come the top of your head, down to your feet, line, keep that, and then your hips, the spine turns within the hips, and the hips swing. They do so, the shoulder turns back to maintain the balance. The eyes are down. We're not thinking about the next thing. We're not thinking about where we're going. We don't need to think where we're going because we're doing it. Whoops. And then your feet are sensitive. And yeah. Now, for example, if I lose the balance, it's going to do that. And that's heavy. The balance comes because I do that. You see what's happening here? The head is up, eyes are down. You don't do this. Eyes are down, head is up. As you're carrying a basket. Then, of course, oops, thought comes in and stop the breath. Start again. That's how I do walking. I like it. And in that process, this quality stays balanced and fluid. The various thoughts come up, concerns, and just walk through them. Do about this, down there. Just keep walking through it. And many of them will just kind of arise and just blow away like smoke. And some linger. What's happening? I'm feeling frustrated. Oh, what's happening? I want something. Oh, I haven't got. Oh, why don't you want what you have got? Like, you've got this. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Instead of wanting what I don't have and getting frustrated without even really realizing it's just nagging somewhere. And he doesn't do this. He's bothered. He doesn't cooperate. He's annoying me. He's annoying me. He's stupid. He always does that. He never turns up on time. And where is he? What's he doing in there? Take him out and say, you stand there and we'll walk together. That's how I practice. But you can work your own ways out, but you use that, some of these things, you consider how you can inquire and investigate and play with the things that arise because you want to learn. You don't get it right first. You want to learn. So where does your curiosity, your sense of interest, that liveliness that wants to learn, where does that come from? That means the saddha. That's saddha. Saddha's not solemn. Saddham's eager. Saddha's eager. Yeah.